Yeah. How is it going?
Perfect. This week has been good. So we've onboarded our first uh, new client who's on the monthly.
Yeah.
We took him through Knotty, and actually, when I took him through Knotty, I was thinking to myself, "Wow, this our platform is getting better and better," and it's it's just so exciting.
Yes. Yes. There's quite a lot of things that was supposed to come yesterday night, but we'll talk about it. We have pushed back a bit. I see Marcelo has joined. Thanks, Marcelo, for dialing in. Hope you are doing good. Can you hear us, Marcelo? Or maybe you're speaking mute.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm just saying today at my office.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yes, the first time
nice.
driving. It's just because it's Sunday. I was it's very sunny here. I spent all the night by coding with Lovable,
Oh, nice. Very nice.
playing with it, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. So just waiting for this
There
meeting.
is
But
another tool.
I
Uh,
wait this meeting all the week. So let's start. I'm happy as always.
yeah. Yeah.
And in the next week, I will to integrate the demo and the website because I just finished the website of Euphoria.net
Mm,
AI, and I will test and I will send you
great.
any
Sure.
requirement through the platform. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think
Hi, Charles.
we are also bringing the open source project. I'm probably talk a little bit later up in today. You could in fact integrate the AI agents that we are about to launch as well as part of the platform in your own website. Not doesn't have to be all only on our not AI Pro white level domain. You can also integrate that in your own website. So those are
Through
all,
code.
yeah. So there's a lot of things coming, of course, but
Maybe it will be great. A demo
sure, yeah, yeah, of course.
in the next week just coding just with coding,
Mm.
and I want to know if you're working with cursor AI or not.
Predominantly I used to use Cursor. I have a yearly subscription of Cursor, by the way, which I have let my team use most of the time. So I have like another few developers, two developers to be precise. So I let them use my Cursor there. I also have subscription of Windsurf, at least three account of Windsurf. And I also have a subscription to Augment Code. If you have not used it, really good, really nice if you want to use it.
Yeah, augment
Uh,
code.
I did try Lovable, but then because I already have got so many subscriptions, so I canceled that. There is also another tool called Data Button. I'm not sure if you have used that. That is also super cool. Uh, but frankly, the Not AI Pro project that we are working on, it's so vast. None of these tools are really capable to produce like this much
What do you
code.
think about the future of vibe coding?
Definitely, yeah. So if you're building like a website, you're building a very small project, like a prototype, or at least for now, I'm saying in future, yes, it can do everything. But for now, until it is MVP or some sort of like a single client model app, you can easily do that using all these tools. But as soon as it becomes like enterprise scale, hundreds and thousands and millions of lines of code, multiple like microservice architecture, your infrastructure as a code, and all these bits, then uh, I mean, it's not that vibe coding will not work; it will work. But in my experience, you should not depend on vibe code only. That's what I would say. I mean,
Okay, yeah, yeah, of course.
yeah,
I think that it's vibe code is the best for experienced
yep,
programmers
yeah,
that we can split in small tasks
yeah,
and have the big picture, and we run step by step and check and check and check and check. Because
Exactly.
if you said bad coding the whole thing,
Mm.
it could be a mess.
I mean,
Then,
just to give an example, right? I mean, we did a lot of vibe code. As I said, my develop. We are AI first company. We use AI in everything, possibly everything that is there, from documentation, developer documentation, video creations, marketing, and everything. We use it. Have Although we use it too much, but we still be very cautious about when it's a production application. Because just to give an example, 2 weeks back, I think Shao have reported to me that our customer dashboard was getting stuck, and I was literally going to Italy that day, and I spent on the airport. I spent almost 4 hours, and also previous day I spent almost 6 hours just to find out what is the issue. And because the developer used vibe coding, and we merged, of course, because we are doing so many features every week, we merged the code without doing proper review that week. And it seems there was only one simple line of bug that it has introduced, although we have a very strict rule set in the rule file and everything. But with vibe coding, you cannot ensure necessarily AI will follow every rule that you have written. And as a result, it introduced a bug. And it was such a small bug, like it was such a small one liner thing, which was causing a loop, a loop
wow,
into the application. So for example, you are opening the customer dashboard app. It was sort of opening up every link at least 5 6 times, like in a loop. And what it was doing as a result for few of our partners, including Shao, was once he was getting into 5 6 pages, his IP was getting blocked, because we use Cloudflare predominantly for security purpose for our app. So we have bot protection enabled, we have all the advanced threat intelligence enabled for the app. And because it was seeing repeated request coming through from a single IP, Cloudflare was blocking the IP. And then we saw almost I think 800,000 requests in one day. Thankfully, our app didn't crash, which is a really nice thing, because we haven't done that much of stress testing in Not AI Pro yet. Because of course our user base is still low. We don't expect 800,000 requests in a day. But we are so glad that the app was able to handle 800,000 requests, but Cloudflare was not liking it because it was getting same request over and over.
no,
So yeah,
yeah,
it took almost 1.5 days engineering time, three of us spending like, what is happening? Why is it happening? We left every other features, on the backlog, yeah, and then working on that one. And this is all introduced because of vibe coding, because when you vibe code and if you do not do proper code review, this is what happens. So I think now we have set a standard that, okay, we will still do vibe coding, but we have to do a rigorous, what do you say, PR review. In fact, I am creating a project which will come to the YouTube channel very soon. It's called autonomous coding agent, called Kno2gether. It's I haven't still, because I'm still prototyping it, so it's still not there out yet. So what we have done, we have created an autonomous AI agent that uses Cloud Decode under the hood. Oh, by the way, I also have Cloud Decode subscription, which is the max subscription, $100 or something. So what this does is, every pull request that we raise, it goes to the pull request, it fetch the feature details, and it review the code at first place, and then it creates like a detailed code review, like it's a preliminary code review, you can say, that we do first, and then we generally do another manual review before we merge it, because that issue really frightened us a lot. um, I mean, at one point we're like, I mean, literally me and Shao was discussing that, okay, we have to go to Cloudflare and say, let's take the enterprise subscription, because I think maybe our subscription is at a startup subscription. So startup subscription, maybe they are not liking it because we are SaaS mode, like multi-tenant. But then later we realized, no, it was due to the bug, not because of Cloudflare not liking it. So yeah, so if you're building with all these tools, just be careful that
Yeah,
if you are going to
yeah,
production for your client real use, you just have to be a bit careful.
yeah. And the other thing is um, well, it helps a lot when you
It
have
helps
yeah,
definitely.
it helps a lot. But there are in the other hand, I saw some news about new or not new modules of TTS that is appearing on the on many platforms. I'm
Mm,
going to write the names in the chat. At the end of the meeting, you could give me your impressions, and if
sure.
it's just another more,
Mm.
or it's important to take it in the roadmap or anything in view because it's
Definitely.
cheaper. So they are cheaper, but it's TTS. I don't know if it works for a real time conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, I think put all those in. I think we already had discussed this week that we are going to create a Discord for everyone, so we can discuss all of this, in details. We can see, because sometimes it is not possible for two of us or three of us to know what is happening around the world. Like there is so many things happening, so many new things are coming up. So that's why we thought we will create a Discord very soon, maybe this week. So we have our community and we can discuss all of
Yeah,
these project ideas or tools, whatever
yeah,
is.
many new ideas, new modules, new. I
Exactly.
don't know if it's new is just that is evolving so fast. I'm going to write in the chat of this meeting,
Yeah, that's
and
fine. You can also
yeah,
use the
just
feature base, and in the
i-
feature base, you can always raise
if you
any.
think that is important, you can
Yep.
comment it or not. Okay, thank you. I leave you.
Thank
I
you.
leave
No
you
worries.
continue with your presentation. Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you,
your
Chao.
forum, so please.
One question: where is Chao? I just wonder.
Yeah, he's there. I
Which
can see.
city?
Yeah, I think.
Hi,
Uh,
Marcella. I'm here, and
Chao, where
yeah.
are you?
So I'm normally based in Cambridge. I'm live streaming in the car because one of my son he does water polo. So I'm just outside a lovely field in outside of London.
Brilliant. Very good. Um, Let me just check quickly whether we are live or not, because usually Shao does that, but I think he's out today, so I'll just do a quick check. Uh, yeah, I think we are live. That's good. Just keep it on the side. Okay, let's get started. I have also joined from my laptop because in case I have to share something, I can just use the laptop. But yeah, it has been really crazy week, and I think since I, from a news point of view, there is a lot of things happening. Of course, it's just getting impossible to keep track of it now, where we are getting there. But I think the focus for now have shifted into the AI space in the news. The focus seems to have shifted to more AI video generations, avatar generations, and all this bit for the last couple of weeks since Gemini have launched VO3 and all these bits, which is a good news for us in a way, because we don't have to keep on, keep your eyes and ears out to what new coming in the voice AI space. Voice AI space seems to have cooled down a bit last 1 or 2 weeks, so we could focus. Otherwise, It's just so many things are coming up. Like MCP came up, and then suddenly this new providers are coming up with better technology. Ultravox came up with their voice AI agent, so it was getting very difficult for us to keep track of everything.
And Avid, I remember you previously said that you're using agents to keep track of what's happening on the news. So
Mm.
can you tell us what do you do? What tech stack?
Yeah, so I have actually created two agents mainly. One that I have already shared into the channel. So I was creating, I think probably 2 or 3 months back, I shared a project called Jarvis version 2. So what I did was I have extended that project to do all the basic stuff like keeping the meeting notes and keeping the news. And then what I did was I already was running some RSS server previously, which I used to use like RSS feed and news scraping and all this bit. I have now used MCP, and also I've created another video on N8 and MCP. So what I did was in N8 I created a flow where I've just created one MCP server, right? And then it's like that MCP server can connect with multiple other MCP servers, and then each of the MCP server has their own role. Like one MCP server is for calendars, one for meetings, one for RSS feed, one for other things. And this AI agent, the voice AI agent that I had, is only connected to one MCP server in N8. And through that, it come to know. So I can tomorrow add more and more and more MCP servers there, but I don't have to change the voice AI agent, the code at all. That's what I did, and that actually keeps me updated. But I feel sometime because it depends on RSS only at the moment. Some news that I miss, and I saw like there are some YouTube MCP server came up recently. If I get some time, I will also probably add the YouTube MCP server and connect with few of the channel that I usually follow, and then uh, because those channels, the channels that I follow are mostly um, channels who play around new open source projects mainly. Uh, because there is a lot of thing happening in the open source which we don't usually get to know from YouTube's, because most of the YouTube channels like to create videos where there are financial incentives, whereas if you just do open source, there is not immediate financial incentives, right? So that is why there's a few channels that I follow who only covers open source project, how to self-host, how to run it. And yeah, I think I need to add some YouTube MCP to the voice AI assistant. I'll probably share that in a10 template. That's not a problem. I'll share it with the community.
Perfect.
That's okay,
That
right?
sounds really exciting.
Yeah, I'll share that. I mean, I think even as I said, we are creating our voice AI agent, right? The open source version. This voice AI agent that we are building also sort of inspired from the project that I've already done for the assistant that I have created. And I actually ordered a PIR sensor just yesterday. So the plan is to because I so the video that I'm running on is from Mac M4 Mini. So the plan is, and I also have a there you go. So this one is a Raspberry Pi. I also have like sitting there. So so the plan is to make it a like just use it for the voice AI agent. It will do nothing else but run the voice AI client. And I thought to add a PIR sensor to it. So what will happen is as soon as I like it's sort of a dream project, and hobby, or you can say, where the plan is as soon as I would, let's say in the morning, I come into the room, the PIR sensor can detect that someone is in the room. It can say, hey, how can I help you? And since you have been not in the room, this is what has happened in Not AI Pro. This many issues have came. All those sort of things. That many support requests has came up, or whatever it may be. It can read the emails and say give a summary of, oh, you have this many emails waiting, because I am really poor at keeping track of my emails. There have
Hmm.
been lots and lots of email, and now I have like 4 email addresses uh,
Yes.
as part of the agency business, as part of the web agency where we do develop for clients. Then not AI, we have another email, and then my personal email. So there are 4 email address, and I'm very very poor at keeping track of my emails. And although I am a heavy user of AI, I so far, you would laugh probably to know, I haven't yet included any AI agent with my email system, because I'm very afraid that it will send out something, because most of the AI systems, although you can keep rules, but most of the AI
Hmm.
systems are always trying to help. It is always trying to help people. And let's say someone asks me, hey, can you help me with this project? And if I integrate with the AI agent, if it just might send, oh yes, book a session, or yes, I will help you, or something like that, or the email, that will not be good. And I was very afraid of that. I did not included any AI systems with my emails. So all email that I sent, even from not AI Pro, whatever email that you get,
Hmm.
like the release emails or whatever, not that I manually type it. I use AI to type all that,
Yes.
but the send button has to be like manual. I will always make sure that I'm sending out the email in person, not yet. I mean, maybe I just need to uh, do some trial and error with that. I mean, there was a really interesting article that has came out. Anthropic used to write blogs. You have seen Anthropic blogs.
Hmm. Hmm.
That was a project that Anthropic also was trying to do with AI, that they were creating blogs and articles, and now they have scrapped that project, because it seems that the agent was too basically, the agent was reading their project documentations and everything, and based on that, it was creating the blog and posting it. Although they were doing human review before they post it, but uh, still, there it seems something have missed. That bot was over enthusiastic, and it has written something in some of the blogs that Anthropic haven't implemented yet or something. So they scrapped that project.
Wow.
So this
Okay.
is really I mean, a company like a $1 billion company like Anthropic, if they can mess it up, it is very very likely that we will mess it up too. So yeah, that's why I didn't ever yet. I haven't included my email systems at all.
That's really interesting. That's a very good reference point.
Yeah, I mean, don't take my example though, but it's just I'm maybe a bit skeptical about it. There are a lot of people I know who generally uses this for their email system for everything. But I think I'm just being a bit skeptical. Okay, let's get started. I think we have spent half an hour just doing chit chat today, which is always nice. Nice to have some chit chat out of just heads down work. I think these sessions are really meant to be refreshing, both like us and as well as people who are involved with us, engaged with us. Okay.
Yes.
Um, as I was saying, this week, Not 5.0's release was supposed to go yesterday evening, late evening, but we have postponed it because there is a couple of new features that was about to go in this release, and the testing didn't go well. There was some issues, although most of things were working, but there are some issues. I can actually show you what were the issues, which actually kind of prevented me to make the release, because we of course, wanted to send something which is stable. At least we know that it is
Mm.
working. Maybe even after you do release, there are things that doesn't work, that we can fix. But at least when we know that things are not working, it's not advisable to release it. So that's why we did not release it. But the features that I think we have announced last week, I'm probably going to share my screen from the other machine. Um, so we have been waiting for our webhook system, as you know, and
Yeah.
the webhook system is almost ready. And when I say almost, I'll just show you why I say it's almost. So if you go to the AI usage tracking with, um, I guess it's stuck. 1 minute. Yeah, I think it's working. Yeah, so this is the analytics that is going to be in the future, all right? Using webhooks rather than API based mechanism that is happening today. And
Mm.
this is really nice. It is loading the data really nice immediately. It shows by cost, by different agent, how much is used, and everything. This is all like good coming. However, if you can if you can find out the issue is um, the cost. So the cost is not really right. So what's happening is the actual cost should be, for this one, for example, the actual cost is 90 cents, but it has came up as 9
Mm.
cents. And for example, here the total cost was around $2, but it came as
Mhm.
0.204. And the reason is, if I can explain, is a bit difficult. I mean, it is not as easy as I can just add into 100 and that makes it work, right? But I cannot do that because we have also introduced a feature where as soon as you import an agent, let's
Mhm.
say Vapi or retail, or Ultravox, as soon as you import an like agent from any of the account, uh, what Note AI is going to do is going to fetch last 30-day transcript and call analytics,
Mhm.
and it will save into our database. And then it is going to show that immediately, like maybe in 5 minutes, you have to just give it so that it can
Yeah.
process. And then within 5 minutes time, last 30 day, the vision is to do last 90 day, but for now we will do last 30 days. So last 30 day, it can bring the analytics right away. And then it will ask you to enable webhook. So that means any future events will be captured by webhook, and the current, like as soon as you import an agent, the last 30-day analytics is readily available. Now, the 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 last 30 days is what we call as what we are calling as the historical analytics, and
Mhm.
the webhook one is we are calling webhook analytics. The historical analytics calculation works just fine. The numbers that you're seeing here, this is actually is wrong because of our webhook analytics, because the webhook analytics is much more complex. Why? Because for every agent like Vapi, Ultravox, Retail, all the other providers that we are going to bring, they all send their webhook data differently.
Mhm.
Okay, so for example, Vapi sends webhook data in a different format, in a JSON format or whatever, whereas Retail send it in a different format. Vapi used to say for every call, uh, Vapi sends webhook events every time agent speaks. So every
Mhm.
turn around, Vapi sends a webhook. For example, you are speaking with the AI agent, and the AI agent say, "Hey, hello, how can I help?" And then you say, "Hey, can you help me book and meeting?" And then as soon as the AI agent answer, it sends a webhook. So that means the longer the call, the more number of webhook we are gonna hit, like in our platform. So
Yeah.
it's really critical, difficult. Whereas retail is very easy. Retail only send three webhook. One when you start the call, one when someone joins the call, and one when someone ends the call. Only three webhook is
Mm.
easy for us to process. Ultravox is completely different. Ultravox, like for Vapi and retail, you can set webhook to get analytics on agents. Like each agent will have its own webhook URL, which the agent will get.
Mhm.
Whereas Ultravox, you cannot set webhook URL on agent. You can only set webhook URL on account. So you can only have like as many as webhook you can create, but you can only create on the account level. That means, let's say in your account you have 10 agents, right?
Yeah.
So what Ultravox will do is it will send to all the, so it will send webhook event for all the 10 agent as soon as someone will speak. So that means in our platform, let's say partner have only our partner user have only imported 2 agent out of their 10 agent in the Ultravox account. So we have to
Yeah.
filter out and only take those 2 agent that are active and in our platform, and we have to ignore the rest 8 agents. So there are like lots and lots of challenges there, and that is where it is, to be fair, it is performing really well. It hasn't even thrown a single error, and I have been testing all the three. The only thing
Mhm.
that is making as of now is making a bit of incorrect is in the calculation, like because every agent is sending in different format. Like for example, vapi is sending in dollar, whereas retail is sending in cents, whereas
Yeah.
Ultravox may be sending in cents. We don't know. I have to check. So that means our analytics processing service has to be really intelligent to know
Mm.
that this analytics has came from this provider, and so I should apply the calculation based on, because they don't send it, like they don't write that it sends, they just send the number. Now
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very difficult. That is why that this calculation has to be accurate, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. Hopefully today or else tomorrow this will be done, and then we will release this. Uh, but for our partners, before we release this webhook and activate it, I will send out a video later this week about how you have to partners have to migrate their agent. So this
Mm.
utility, which I have shown last week as well, there will be a new section here to also enable webhook with one click for all your agent basically. So at the moment,
Mhm.
this migration is only migrating from partner level API key to agent level API key. I'm also like there is a feature that is being built where uh, the all the agent will be migrated to use our webhook service with one click. So this thing has to be done before we release, before we activate the webhook based analytics. And I'm gonna send a video in with detailed why we are doing this, how to enable it, and we are making it very easy, like this one, like one button you click and every agent will be migrated. But this is
Mhm.
something that the user or the partner should be doing, because we are moving away from API based um, analytics, because that's not really efficient, and there are a lot of limitations that we
Mhm.
are seeing with API based.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is there. And the other bit is we have done Ultravox. Now Ultravox is supported. You can actually bring in any Ultravox agent using Ultravox API key, and you can actually even test it. So if you just do a click test agent, you can just test that as well.
Perfect.
I think my audio is muted, so you won't be able to see it, hear it. But yeah, so this is also coming. Was supposed to come yesterday night, but this is going to be delayed by probably 1 or 2 days, because as soon as we fix the webhook, I think Ultravox will also be released. But the thing that to note is Ultravox will never have API-based analytics like Vapi and Retail have. So that means any partner who want to use Ultravox, uh,
Mm.
they must first migrate all of their agent to webhook-based analytics. Then, because the Ultravox will strictly use our webhook-based analytics, not use their API, because Ultravox have an API usage restriction. They only support up to 500 API per second, which is really very low for us as a platform. Especially, let's say, if a user who if we have a partner whose customer is making thousand hundreds, let's say 10,000 or 20,000 call per day. That means
Mm.
API based. we cannot get those APIs analytics back from Ultravox. They will block us. So that is why we are moving to webhook, and that is the reason why I think it's essential that the partner should move to the new pattern. Again, I'm gonna create a very detailed video about how to do that, and we will make sure that all of our partners and all of our agent have indeed migrated by the next release, which is not 6.0. If not, then we will migrate it for them. So we have an utility already created that will do that from the backend, like from the database side, but we don't want to do that because we don't know if, let's say, our partners are using their AI agent for some demo or some other use cases, whereas we move it and then they don't see any analytics, which would not be a good experience. That is why I will create a video probably tomorrow uh, to help them and give like the rest of the week so that all of our partner can move to this new model and they'll be enable the webhook based analytics. So that's there. I think with Ultravox now being integrated, I think we are now going to pause any new platform integration
Mhm.
further. We already have three of the most popular platform integrated. I had plans to also integrate Milli AI, which is actually cheap, but then I'm thinking we will only do it based on request. So if our partner sees that okay, our 11 labs would be better or deep
Mm.
would be better, like if we get a feedback that okay, I think this provider is what we are using, if you please include that into the platform, we'll definitely do that. But at this point, I guess from the integration point of view, we already have three, I would say, one of the more popular AI voice AI agent platform. I think our focus is now shifting to create our own voice AI platform, and we have already started that work. As you know, Shao, we have
Yeah.
already started building our voice AI agent, which will be open source. Anyone can use it. We will distribute free licenses to our partners at the start. So you can self-host it. If you don't want to run it as part of our platform, you can self-host it and just integrate it for the analytics. So that's all upcoming, and I'm targeting to make that ready for at least alpha testing in next 2 weeks time, which is end of this month. So by end of this
Mhm.
month, we should have our own voice AI platform as public alpha, and then maybe another month we go to public beta, and then maybe from August we go live like as a product. That's the high level roadmap of that project. But we of course will have inherent integration with the platform. That means you don't need to worry about all this API being broken or analytics not working and all this bit, because the platform that we are the open source voice AI platform we are building will be tightly integrated with Not AI Pro. So Not AI Pro will always have the support, and as soon as there is some changes happening within that project, Not AI Pro will be upgraded simultaneously. So we want to make sure that you because this is one of the pain we have heard from many of other our partner, like Trajan was saying, right, that within a month his VAP agent have broken 3 times. So
Yes.
we
Yeah.
want to actually avoid that. That is why we are building the voice AI agent platform separately, but it will have a coherent integration with Not AI Pro platform. Okay,
Definitely. Yeah.
it's good. Next week there is another thing coming up, which is the support AI bot. So we are actively creating user documentation now. So in the tutorial section, you are only probably now seeing 6 7 videos in the actual app. So there will be a section here called documentation. So where you will have all the user journey documentation: how to create an agent, how to onboard a customer, how to sell a voice AI agent, how to map an agent, how to onboard, how to integrate your Stripe, how to create SaaS plan, and all these bits. Like there are, I think the platform has grown like significantly to a place where even I started to forget all the features that we have done. Like we have MCP servers now, we have team management, we have API key integrations, marketing coming up as well. There's just lots and lots of features there, right? So I think it's getting to a place where even the user can get confused about what can they do or what can they don't do. So that is why the plan is also not 6.0. You will have a support agent for partners, whereas they can just ask, "Hey, how can I do this?" And then it will guide you how to do that in the platform. Uh,
Marcelo just asked in the group that he can't download the videos.
oh yeah, so the marketing the marketing sections is still request only. So if you want the videos, this video that is shown is just for I would say mock. It's not real video. But if you need the videos, please reach out, Marcella, to the support email address, and
Yeah,
Shao and send your
and
branding logo, and Shao will actually rebrand it and send to you.
yes, yes, perfect. Yeah, so Marcelo, I just need your logo, and we can impose your logo onto the videos, and then they'll be sent to you. So just make that request.
Yeah. So these videos, I mean, we will soon also update the video here as well, but we want to ensure this video when you download, it has your logo, like branded logo in it, and that needs some logic to be there, right? So which is a bit of low priority for now. That is why we haven't implemented yet. But as Shao said, if you need the videos for marketing, please reach out to the support, and Shao or the team will actually get back with uh, by white labeling it also in your own branding, and then send out to the video as well. Yeah, that's really it. I think we have 15 more minutes. Let's see if there are any questions. Shao, do you want to add anything in from the pricing or all this point of view?
Yeah, so so as Notty has moved on, we are now going to our next phase. So there are a set of discount codes. There are very limited numbers, but we do have a group of discount codes which will give you a significant discount to our advertised price. So these will be launched to people within our group, but also in various YouTube, Facebook, and school communities. So if you are part of those communities, you can look out for it. But obviously, if you join our wait list, you can also grab one of the codes. And
Yeah,
I would say they are limited in numbers. So, you try to get on to that wait list and use it as quickly as possible because, uh, as you can see, as the more functions we have, uh, our costs are going up. So therefore, we have to increase that price. But we want to be fair to our early supporters and adopters. So we will be increasing them gradually. But the earlier you join us, the more cost effective it will be for yourselves.
yeah, yeah. I think there was a question in the YouTube. What is the backend model Ultravox? Yeah, so Not AI Pro is a business solution. Uh, we are supporting both WAPI, retail, and Ultravox. You can import your Ultravox agents. You can create out of our platform uh, as well. And we are also bringing our own voice AI agent project. As I said, that means you are not bound to any provider. You can just run your own voice AI agent in your own infrastructure, and still can integrate with our platform and sell it in your own brand. If you wish to not have the voice AI agents, run in your own platform, maybe because you don't want to manage the infrastructure and all, we will also provide that as a service. So all those prices and everything will be decided in the due course. but we will also give that as a service, whereas we can host your voice AI agents, we can host and run it. You can bring your own API key if you don't want to use our API key. All those models will be out there very soon. And with those voice AI agent, you can literally bring in any model. You don't have to be tied with the model that, like, Ultravox or only OpenAI. It will be available to be integrated with any model of your choice, and it should be also be, and the alpha version is coming by end of this month. But to note, until we go to public, so until it will become public alpha and public beta, the voice AI agents the platform that we are building, the open source one, will only be available to the partners who have already signed up to Kno2gether Pro, not out to the world. When we go live, of course, we will bring it, of course, to the wider general public as well. But initial phase, we also have to test that it is production ready and all these bits, and that is why we will make it available for free for all of the members who would join into Kno2gether Pro in the coming days. I think, as I said, the alpha is scheduled on end of this month, uh, and I'm just hoping we don't get another issue like we faced earlier when we are creating on Kno2gether Pro. But because from the Kno2gether Pro point of view, the development cycle is coming to a little bit, I would say, relaxed rather than how we were doing like every week 3 or 4 features. Now it is going to be a bit relaxed. We will now focus on maturing the platform, making it secure, privacy oriented, GDPR compliant, and all this bit. Um, yeah, I think that is why the feature will be slow a bit in the coming weeks, and as we focus on creating the voice AI platform. Hi Vijay, Vijay said hello. Okay, now to Marcelo's question. Um, okay, yeah. So the open source project, Marcelo, is called Nova AI. This is going to come like in coming days. If you go to my GitHub, you will see it, but you won't be able to use it because it's still premature. It's you won't be able to run it. As soon as it's ready, we will send out an email. For self-hosted Ultravox, you have said it will be available. Oh yeah, hi Kavir. I think we have tried to make that work, the Ultravox self-hosted with TTS, but it seems you can make it, but it's the what do you say, the what is the exact term, when user speaks, like the interruption capability doesn't work when you self-host Ultravox with another TTS, like I think Marcelo mentioned about Kokoro TTS. That is what we are using to integrate Ultravox model with Kokoro TTS, and was trying to make it work. But yeah, I think yeah, that didn't work well, to be fair. I think what Ultravox team is doing is they are fine tuning their model with the open source TTS models, and that is why they are able to make it mature enough. I guess what we were doing rather is creating the pipeline. So we are using the speech to text model, which is open source, and on top of that we are adding TTS. But the problem with that was the TTS model was keep on producing the output, because the TTS model doesn't have a way to um, to do like this, to do like interrupt detection. Like when user speaks, it doesn't know how to stop. So one way is to do that is to forcefully stop it using some of the Python module, but that experience is not that good. You cannot really use it for production. So that is why I did not use that. However, how about along with pipe? If you're joined, you can always come back with your question. You don't have to type. I see you have joined the meeting. About along the pipe cat VAD on top of. Yeah, that's why I said you can use pipecat VAD with Ultravox, but then the Ultravox open source model doesn't have speech output. For the speech output, you have a TTS model. Now, what is happening is as soon as you speak, as the user speak, the VAD kicks in, and the Ultravox model stops, because the Ultravox model understand the the detection, basically turn whatever is called turnover detection or something. But the TTS model, which is producing the text to speech output, doesn't know about it. So I think yes, with Pipecat maybe we would be able to do that, because Pipecat have the capability to basically stop the TTS generation. But I haven't tested it yet. I was mainly planning to test it with LiveKit only, but with LiveKit I could not find a way. But I think what we can do now is, I saw with Kokoro TTS there is a OpenAI OpenAI compliant, like OpenAI TTS compliant API came up on top of Kokoro. So what we can do essentially is use the Ultravox open source model to generate the AI output, and then use the Kokoro TTS as like Kokoro TTS API, which is OpenAI compliant for your TTS provider, and use the Pipecat project. Theoretically, it's possible, but I haven't got any time to test it. I've been too occupied with all these other projects running on. I once I get time, because as part of the open source project that we will build, we will of course have to put some focus in all of this technology. Maybe I will try along that, and because it will anyway be open source, you will have access. Don't worry. Does that answer your question though? Uh, yeah, as I said, you can come unmute and. All right. Okay, let's see if there are any other questions. Mm,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
There's
Yeah,
no,
you're asking. Yeah, yeah. I think. Let's see what Marcelo have asked. MX Cloud Day. Marcelo, I cannot open this link. The Piper sample. Oh, is this one? Let me share my screen. Is this the one that you're referring? Yeah, I just need to see the encoding model, like the encoder output. Let's see the encoder here. Yeah, I think it supports a lot of. Okay, so it's Onyx model, which is pretty standard for TTS. Oh wow, you can run it on Raspberry Pi. Very nice. I will try out on my Raspberry Pi. Maybe I can reduce my voice AI agent cost there. Yeah. I will definitely try this project. Marcelo, thanks for this one. I haven't seen this project before, to be fair. But a bit, but this seems to be very standard, pretty standard, because Onyx models are pretty standard in the TTS space. And the fact that it can run on Raspberry Pi feels like it is lightweight as well. But yeah, I'll give it a try, definitely. Have you though tested this to find out any output, like how was the output and everything? I think is out probably. All right, I guess this will be recorded anyway, so I will definitely check out the project. And yeah, regarding the Pipecat, oh yeah, I remember one of the issue that happened with the video where I did the Ultravox self-hosted was one of the branch got overwritten, and that's why the code was not, like the code that I shown in the video was not available. I haven't got time to see if I can recover that, but if I can recover that, I will definitely push that. If that is what you're mentioning, Kabir, I'll let you know.
I saw like Pipecut integrated Ultrafox already with but
Oh,
PipeCut only AltaVox STT. Okay, but the thing
mm,
is that this is not the normal STT services like other PipeCut do have, right? Because
mm,
it can produce the text, so it can be used as brain along with the STT, whatever the AltaVox do have, right? So that's the problem. I tried, but I think if you just like use AltaVox just as a STT, it's okay. But the thing is that is just over
yeah, no point,
you are
right?
not using the whole power of AltaVox, right?
Yeah, yeah,
If
no
it's
point
only
because
STT, right? There's no point, right? So
yeah,
that's the problem I'm facing while I was trying to integrate it, because PipeCut already integrated, but only for STT. But it should be STT along with the LLM. That means along with the brain, right? So
mm,
I don't know, like if it is used as the brain also, how the tools and the all other things will be like glued with that. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, yeah, it makes sense. I haven't looked at the space. Let me
yeah,
share the
because
screen.
the you can see like PipeCut has a fundamental, like the fundamental script with AltaVox. Search on the here, yeah. Just
Yeah,
No,
uh,
no, just search the whole repository. Just write it down AltaFox. You will see like one fundamental script uh, inside the
oh,
pipe.
the fundamental scripts for the
Yeah,
pipe cat, you mean?
yeah, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, okay.
and they have like one class like AltaFox STT service. Okay,
Mm,
but uh, but the STT service is not a regular STT service, because AltaFox is producing the text also. You know what I'm
mm.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know. And is this the one that they have introduced? Is that using Ultravox as a hosted provider or like as a
No,
uh,
AltaFox is like host self-hosted. Yeah.
self-hosted? Okay,
Mhm.
I'll take a look. I mean, that's an interesting thing. I haven't checked. Thanks for bringing that. Because if that is possible, because
Mhm.
the thing that I was getting stuck was the open source model that they had was not producing uh, speech output. So if
Yeah,
pipe,
I know, because you cannot like glue, like sync with the TTS and the Ultravox. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
It was not
I was
purely
trying to
sync,
do
right?
that. But yeah, if they have found out a way on how to use the Ultravox TTS, I'm sure we can find out how to use the because Pipecat essentially just use something called some stream. I forgot what they use. Let's see one of their examples. Let's see if there is an Ultravox here.
Yeah, they have a service for Ultravox, but it's only the
Mm.
STD service, not other
Yeah, I
part.
mean, I need the STD service. Oh, yeah, I can see now. Right. Yeah, there's only STD. I can see.
Yeah, but it's not just their other STD service. It's producing the text itself, okay? But the other STD service only encoding the audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so it's using this model. Mm. I'll take a look. I think this is interesting. If they support TTS, actually, it would be easy to
Yeah,
integrate with.
they do support. At least they do.
Mhm.
I forgot. Like they have some API services, but I
Mm.
think they do support actually TTS.
That's interesting. I mean, thanks for bringing that into the notice. I mean, I have been too much focused onto the projects, so I did not check.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I know everything is evolving so fast. It's hard to track it up.
yeah, and I am actually more towards LiveKit than Ultravox. The reason is because I'm also involved with another startup work in the healthcare space, and in healthcare space you have to be like everything self-hosted and everything, right? So that
Hmm.
is why I was not
Okay,
checking
for
out
the live kit,
LiveKit.
what is the model you used behind the under the hood? I didn't look at your videos actually. I didn't follow it.
So for LiveKit, again, both LiveKit and Delhi, they are all like WebRTC provider. So they
Mm-hmm.
provide you the WebRTC uh, um, they provide the WebRTC whatever servers and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all you do is just bring your bring your STD on all these bits. And that is where we are bringing the open source project also on top of LiveKit. However, with LiveKit, the best thing is you can self-host the entire LiveKit components yourself. Whereas with Pipecat, you have to be dependent on Delisio's WebRTC infrastructure. So that means it is not, in my opinion,
fully
it's not
like
fully open
self-hosted.
source. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm,
So imagine from a healthcare point of view, especially in the UK setting, if I go and try to sell a voice AI solution, and
mhm,
NHS is going to ask, where is this data going? And then,
yeah, yeah. They are
and then
very risky. Yeah.
so either then I have to have a DPO agreement or like some sort of agreement with Delhi, which is very difficult from a startup point of view to sign such an agreement.
Mhm,
They are too big. They will probably looking for $1 million dealer or something. Whereas for Ultrabox, I don't have that. Sorry, for LiveKit, I don't have that boundary. I can start like with self-hosting, maybe very low skills, and then create the solution. And then in future, if it grows, I can still go to LiveKit and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to manage LiveKit infrastructure myself. Why don't you sign a sub agreement with us? And then we can sign the agreement. So
mhm.
that gives a little bit of edge, but in my experience, Pipecat responses was fast, like better than LiveKit. LiveKit always had a little bit 1 millisecond to 100 millisecond extra delay, whereas Pipecat was really fast. I mean, I was so impressed. But only because of this Delicio dependency, I have kept myself away from the Pipecat project.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It was very nice to speak to you, Kabir. Do come on
Okay.
this weekly stuff if you can. It's really nice to speak with new peoples every day whenever we get a chance. All right, I think we are over the time today, Shao. 5 minutes.
Yes,
So
perfect. No, it's good.
it's good. I think we need to extend these sessions maybe in coming days, but it's really nice to have
Yeah.
quick chit chat, because the whole other way the whole week goes in like heads down, do work, do feature delivery, and do this work, client calls. This is really refreshing. Yeah.
Okay, no, it's good. It's been a really good session this week.
Yep. All right, cool. I guess I'll have a quick developer meetup later this evening, and then hopefully we will release out the Not 5.0 later tonight or tomorrow, and then we'll meet again to next week with some new features and exciting news.
Perfect. We'll
All
sign
right.
out then, and we'll meet next week.
Sure. Thank you. Bye.